Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Opposite Sex Podcasts. These are your hosts, Drew and Tanaya.
Hi.
How are you doing, Tanaya?
I'm good.
Good.
How are you?
I'm doing good. It's been another 2 weeks. So much for our doing this every week.
Every week, right.
It might happen every week. I'm sorry, guys. But at this point...
We'll be here when we're here.
We will be here. We're going to keep this thing going. But it might not be every week. It might be every 2 weeks. It won't be months or a month or anything like that. Probably every week, every 2 weeks. Sometime in there, we'll get some shit out.
Yes.
I know that's not the way you're supposed to do this. But I'm pretty sure that we don't do this podcast the way you're probably supposed to anyway. So
right.
We're kind of all over the place.
We're just all natural. We're ourselves, I guess.
We're all natural. Now people are going to think we're sitting here butt-ass naked or something.
Well, clearly the ones that are seeing us on YouTube can see we're not naked.
Yeah. So if you
we're
guys,
simple. We're
if you guys
ourselves.
are just listening to us, go on over to YouTube and you can see for yourselves that we're not sitting here butt-ass naked. Or maybe we are. Fuck, you're never going to know. Well, I don't know. But yeah, so we're back. I guess we said it's been 2 weeks, so sorry about that. And moving on.
Yes.
We are extremely random.
We are.
I think everybody knows that.
But I think that's why people like us. You know what I mean?
Right.
We do our own thing. We come up with whatever we come up when we do.
Yeah.
I mean,
I listen to all these other podcasts and they all
have a specific.
Fuck. They do. They got a little niche, I think is how you say it. I don't know. And then but a lot of them like all these, I like to listen to true crime stuff and all of them research the shit out of all that stuff.
Right. And you can't forget about the conspiracy couple.
Yeah.
We like them too.
Yeah.
And they do a lot of research on their crap too.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do a lot of research.
And us, we do 5 minutes of research and then we just go with the flow of it.
And that drives you nuts. I don't even want to say that we do research. That's not a fact. I will sit here on my iPad or computer or whatever and make a little outline or something like that or pull up a few web pages. Right. I don't really research shit because I've got a full-time job and we do this other YouTube channel and I didn't want to get into having to do a lot of research and stuff. Right. This was fun. It was a good way to sit down and talk to you and have no interruptions. And it was just kind of a good old time. So I didn't want to turn it into another job.
Right.
So that's why you guys never know what the fuck you're going to listen to when you listen to us. Cause we're all over the place. So
yes, we are.
I don't know. I always think about changing that.
Today we're going to be back at this movie thing.
Yeah. We have a good time with these movie ratings. So we're going to do another one of those today. After I get done blabbering about absolute nothingness. We have a big next month coming up, so we probably will not be. Yeah, there's going to be a little break.
Yeah.
Because we've got tickets to Garth Brooks here in a couple weeks.
Yep.
2.5 weeks.
Yep.
We're going to go see Garth Brooks at we might have
Memorial Stadium.
We might have talked about that before.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's where the Nebraska Cornhuskers play. And which is holy grounds for me. So I'm a big Cornhusker fan, but they haven't had a concert there since 1987. So it seats a whole shit ton of people. Yeah. I don't know. There's 84,000?
84,000 people are going. Yeah.
So we're going to go to that here in a couple weeks. That shouldn't, I don't know.
That shouldn't interfere with
I don't think that'll affect the show.
But the next trip after that will.
Then a week after that, we're going to San Diego for a week. So that might put a little hiatus on the show for a couple weeks maybe. Because we're going to be gone for one.
We're going to be,
And then we're going to probably have a lot of
editing
footage. Because we're probably going to be, for our other YouTube channel, we'll probably be putting together a lot of videos. So... Yep. Not that this channel is not important. It's extremely important. But that other shit is a lot of work. And
a lot of editing and cutting and clipping. And go check it out. Go check out what we came up with.
Yeah. Once again, we're going to plug it.
Drew, _N_crew.
That's right. Drew and Crew. Go check it out. There's going to be some San Diego videos. I don't know what of. yet, but there's going to be San Diego videos. I know that coming soon. And we're going to make some of those YouTube shorts. Because I just heard about YouTube shorts. I don't really know what it is. I mean, I kind of do. It's basically like TikTok, but on YouTube. And so just because of the simplicity of that, and just the fun, and you can get fun, short little videos out, and you don't have to edit them all up, and you just kind of have a good old time. So we're going to start doing that. We're probably going to start doing that on our YouTube channel on the opposite sex as well.
Yep.
So, I don't know. They're probably going to be horrible. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know how to do it. I don't even know what it is. We haven't messed with it at all.
Right. Well, we got to start somewhere.
Yeah. So, weren't we going to do one like right here? We should just do one now.
We're doing a podcast.
I don't know, right in the middle of the podcast.
Yeah.
Who does that?
Right.
I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, I guess that was a plug for our Drew and Crew YouTube channel. So yep, go check that out. Go like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Leave some comments. That'll all be good.
Yes.
And while you're there, you may as well check out the YouTube channel for the opposite sex.
Yes.
Subscribe
and like.
Leave some comments.
Yep.
We'd love to hear from you guys.
We would.
So, and while you guys are on the computer, you may as well head on over to Instagram and TikTok and Twitter, because the opposite sex has a page.
Yeah.
Has a page on all of those. So Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, we're all over the place.
Yep.
So go check us out. Go follow us. Subscribe to us.
Like us, the good stuff.
Talk to us. I don't know.
Anyways.
Give us some ideas on shit.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I got to talk about my new device. I think I had this for the other
last
thing.
one.
See, this is what I mean. I'm random as fuck. Like, everybody's like, hey, get to your fucking point of your show. And I can't do it.
You do it with people, too.
Because I got this new iPad Pro, and it's like this big one. And I love the shit out of it. Like, I've had iPads before, but
you didn't use them the way you use this.
No, it's the bigger one, like this bigger screen. I'm getting a whole shit ton of messages on there right now. It's freaking me out. Anyway, it's the big screen, and then I had to get that pencil thing, which I don't use a whole lot, but it would.
I did.
You did.
I did. I used it the most.
The reason we don't use it is because we got this magic keyboard.
Right.
Most overpriced product in fucking history. Absolutely. Apple, man, God, I hate you, but I love you. I love Apple products, but they are so overpriced. It's ridiculous, but I have to have them all.
Right, he does.
So I've got this magic keyboard, which costs way too much money, but God damn it. It makes this thing, it turns it into an absolute laptop.
Right.
And it's so easy to edit stuff on.
Connects to it with the magnet.
Right.
That's it.
But that's why we don't use that pencil.
Right.
I think if we pulled the iPad off of it, I think we'd be more apt to use the pencil.
I use the pencil with...
Is it a pencil or a pen? What do you call it? It's an Apple something. Also overpriced.
Apple pen, pencil. I don't know.
Anyway, not important, but if you don't have one and you got some extra cash laying around, go get one of these new ones with like some fancy M1 chip that I don't know what it does, but it's supposed to be really fast and good for shit.
Yep.
So... go get yourself one of these iPad Pros. I suggest getting the 12.9 inch, I think, because I have to overcompensate for size.
Yes, he does.
I don't know what that's about, but who knows?
Anyways.
Moving on. Okay. Should we just get into the actual shit?
Yeah, we can.
We've been rambling.
Yeah.
Enough? Okay. So today... no, I'm going to ramble some more because I realize why we're going to do this. So we're going to San Diego like we talked about.
Oh my gosh. You're all over the place.
I am not. We're going back to San Diego. All right. So back to San Diego. So we got to the idea to do this scary movie thing, I think, because in San Diego, we're going to see the ocean. Like that's why we want to go.
Yeah. I've never been.
Reason. And Tanaya has found out that there are, in fact, sharks in the ocean. She knew this, but I think the realization that there's sharks in the water.
Hit.
Okay, so, of course, that meant that we had to have a Jaws movie marathon. the other night, which she hadn't seen, just to add a little
Spook.
extra to it. And it turns out that when we're going is like mating season for leopard sharks. And those, I mean, there's a ton of them. There's like hundreds of these sharks that are swimming like right at the beach. Shore. That's the word. Shore. So we but they're like harmless supposedly to humans. So we're going to get to go swim and snorkel with them. Mm-hmm. So anyway, just this brought up some more fear shit. Like we've talked a lot about my fears. Apparently I'm scared shitless of everything. I feel like I've turned out like it looks like I'm a big old pansy on this. So we got like falling to my death and spiders and needles.
Yeah.
I don't know. So
just a bunch.
I've looked like a big old bitch.
And I don't think it made me realize that I was that scared of sharks because I've never been to an ocean or I've never planned to go to an ocean. You know what I mean? So that fear hit me when I'm like, oh my gosh.
I mean, I get it.
We're going and there's sharks there and that they're going to sense my fear and they're going to attack me. Like I'm going to be that one person in San Diego out of 3 years. And mind you, this year is the 3rd year. So every 3 years, there's a shark attack in San Diego.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to be that motherfucker. Like,
I think so.
Oh, I'm so scared. I am terrified.
Well, I hope not.
I am so scared. Like, I feel like when I get into that water, those sharks are going to sense my fear. Like, yeah.
I mean, okay, like actual dangerous sharks. Like, I get it. I'm not nervous about those leopard sharks.
I am.
I just think they look kind of pretty. And they don't have very big teeth.
So do some spiders.
No, that's not a fact.
Yep.
But okay, I told you that. Like, if we see a great white in the water, because there are great whites off the coast there, we're getting the fuck out.
Right.
Like, I'm not going to go, oh, we can go swim with a great white. No, I'm not that stupid.
Right.
That's not going to happen, because that would be bad.
If we seen one, I probably would never go back to another ocean.
I probably wouldn't either. Like, I'm not scared that something's going to happen because the chances are so minuscule. I might have said that word right. Minuscule. That I'm not nervous about it, and it's sort of funny to me because it just doesn't happen. Like, it's not like Jaws happens every day. Okay. So I'm not nervous about it. But yes, if I see a great white, we're getting the fuck out. And I may never go in the ocean again. Because those are mean-looking sons of bitches. Yeah. Like, they're mean-looking. Yeah. They look evil and soulless and...
I'm getting the heebie-jeebies, kind of.
So anyway, long story short.
That's what brought up today's topic.
Scary stuff, scary movies. So we realized we like doing these movie reviews. Mm-hmm. They're not really reviews. They're just our top 5, which I'm sure everybody disagrees with. I usually disagree with it. After we get done with the show, I look up a few more and I'm like, oh my God, how did that not make the fucking list?
Right.
But for now, for this moment, these are going to be our top 5.
Think of.
So we like doing these. So we're going to do another one, this time on horror movies.
Yep.
I'm going to call them horror movies. That's horror right. movies, scary movies, whatever. We're not saying the scariest movies of all time.
What?
These are just like my list is just my favorite ones.
Really?
Yeah.
I think mine are what spooks me out the most.
Okay. Just I want a different angle.
It's okay.
Anyway, do you want to go first? You want me to?
I think I went first last time, so you can go.
So once again, I'm doing mine in order. Number 5 to the number 1. Okay. So my first one, we're going way back in the day. Uh-oh. Fucked up my deal here. All right. So number 5 is The Shining. So The Shining is kind of one of those all-time classic movies. I hadn't watched it. I've never watched it for, I think maybe 2 years ago was the first time I ever watched The Shining. And I loved it. Like, it was hard to, I never wanted to watch it because it was made in the 70s.
Didn't we watch it?
I think it was made in the 70s. Okay. 1980. I was wrong. It's made in 1980. So it's kind of old, and it's like, it looks old. So sometimes those movies are hard to watch.
Right.
If you haven't watched them before, like, they're hard to watch compared to movies made in this day and age.
Right.
But I don't know. Jack Nicholson is like one of my all-time favorite actors because he's funny. I like his voice, and man, he nails being batshit crazy in this show. So it's like, for you guys that haven't seen it, It's this family that goes to a hotel in Colorado, I believe. Now, the hotel is actually not very far from us, the actual Stanley Hotel. But I think in the movie, like that is where they film it at. And I think they are actually in Colorado in the movie. So this family goes there. He's going to be the innkeeper in the off season at this hotel, kind of in the winter. And so they have to stay there. And he basically just starts going crazy. Like, I can't figure out, I think it is actually haunted, but, you don't know if the hotel's really haunted or if he's just going stir crazy or what's going on, but he starts losing his fucking mind and eventually loses it totally, starts attacking his family and trying to kill him. And anyway, we're going to have spoiler alerts.
I liked it.
The ending is sort of weird. Like, there's sort of a weird end where he just cuts to him like completely frozen in this maze that's outside.
Oh yeah, because the sun chase led him through it.
Right, and then he just freezes to death.
Yeah, and then the family gets away.
I feel like I need to rewatch it again because I feel like I'm not understanding the actual haunting of this, and it is because now the name of it. So, The Shining, the boy has an ability to talk to ghosts. So
right. That's where it comes from.
Yes. So that is, they call that shining. That
Right.
he can basically communicate with these ghosts or shine. So that's where the name comes from.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But it's more wrapped around the dad than him, I think.
That's just because he's just such a, like, he owns that role.
Right.
Like, I don't know. He just does perfect at being crazy.
I have really noticed that you're more about actors than I am.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
am.
Like, I can't tell you the actors to anything.
You know,
It's just-
well, you've seen the movie, so you know
I
what I'm
have,
talking about.
yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Anyways.
Okay. Well, that's mine. The Shining, number 5.
Okay. Let me look. I think that, my 5th one would be The Exorcist. And like I said, I went a different way with it. I went the freakiest, that spooks me out the most.
Okay.
I don't know. I just think it's scary because I truly believe that people can get, the devil can go in them, and the way that, she just moves and her body cracks, and that's the biggest thing to me. That's what freaks me out the most.
Because you think it could happen.
Yeah.
Isn't it based on a true story? I think it is.
True events.
True events. Yeah, so it's probably extremely loosely based.
Yeah. So,
Somebody
I mean,
got
that,
possessed.
yeah.
Okay.
I really believe people can get possessed, and that can really happen. And that would be freaky to see. So I think that makes me crawl under my skin a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. I'm kind of weird with possessions and exorcisms and stuff because I don't. I think it's really scary, and when I'm watching one of those movies, I'm into it, and I'm like, oh my god, and I'm like, oh, this is based on true events or true story, because there's a few of the Exorcist movies that are based on stuff, but I don't believe in a lot of the stuff that would have to
they lift up and.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I mean like demons and stuff. I don't believe in that.
Right.
So I think about that, and I'm like, how the hell do I believe in this
movie? That's
possession
based.
movie.
Yeah.
If I don't believe in the other stuff, I don't know. But they are freaky movies.
Yes.
I don't know that I've seen The Exorcist.
Ugh.
The actual Exorcist.
It's freaky.
I've seen some other ones.
It's scary.
Doesn't her head spin around and she throws up all over everybody or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then she talks in tongue.
Yeah.
Ugh. It's freaky.
Do they get her fixed?
They bring, they
What
try
happens?
to, I think. They bring a pastor in there.
Yeah.
A preacher or whatever. Pastor.
They bring a whole field in there.
No. A pastor.
A pastor? Okay. Yeah. He'd probably be more successful.
Probably. But I think he has issues with her. I think she tries to attack him and stuff.
So do they get the demon out or not? They probably don't.
I don't
because they've
think
got
so.
multiple movies, so
Right.
they probably fuck it up.
Yeah.
They got to have that
don't
second
think so.
movie.
Right.
The demon's gone. There's no sense for
Right.
Exorcist 2.
Yeah. So I don't think so.
And that one is really old. That surprises me that that's on your list because it's 1973.
Really? Huh.
So it's old. So, I don't know. I'm surprised you've seen it. I am
Yeah.
truly surprised you've seen it.
I did.
Because your movie library
Is the newer.
is not good. I mean, it's not full of, old classic movies. It's not.
You're such a dick.
I'm not. I'm just saying. You hadn't seen Top Gun. You had not seen Top Gun.
I hadn't seen a lot of movies before I met you.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm surprised that you've seen this one because of so many of the other movies that you had not seen.
I guess.
I mean, because I think this is probably a classic movie,
Right.
even though I haven't seen it. So I'm talking a lot of shit right now, even though I probably haven't seen this movie.
So your fucking movie choice is not good.
Okay. We're ready?
Yeah.
Man, I'm messing here. Okay. So my number 4, see, you thought I was going to say it and I wasn't. So here's the thing where we differ. This is technically like a scary movie, but it's totally not scary at all. And it sort of makes fun of scary movies. So my number 4 is Scream.
I think that's freaky.
Do you?
A little bit.
Okay, so I've never thought Scream was scary at all. And it, like, the whole thing about it was it hits on the cliches of horror movies, like, that had come before it. So that's what it's all about. Like, the killers are hitting on these cliches. Even like the very opening scene with Drew Barrymore when she answers the phone call and
Right.
he asks, "What's your favorite scary movie?" You know, and so then they start talking about some of the old slasher movies and stuff. So it's all based on that. But I love it. Like, so it's one of my favorites. It's not scary. I don't think it's scary at all. But it's one of my favorites. Like, I'd sit down and watch it all the time. Really, the first one, like, there's a whole franchise there, but
Right.
I think there's 4, maybe 5 of them.
Yeah.
But really, the other ones are okay. But the first one's kind of the
The
classic.
best. Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway, I
That
guess
kind of
just
leads with the scary movies. You know, they kind of make fun of
the actual
yeah.
like the title scary movie.
that kind of.
I mean,
those
those are definitely comedies. Like,
Right.
they go a little overboard with it.
Right.
This one subtly makes fun of
Right.
slasher movies. But what is it about? It's about this guy in the scary face. Is that what they call it? Scary face?
The scream mask.
Scream mask? Scary face is probably not right.
Scream mask.
We'll just go, okay, Scream mask. See, but what was it called before Scream? It probably was Scream mask because of the painting, the Scream. Do you know there's a painting called the Scream?
No.
There is. That has, like, it kind of looks like that mask.
Huh.
Anyway. So actually it's 2 guys, right? 2 guys are, like, terrorizing this girl. And I really don't remember why, but they're terrorizing this girl. They're killing, like, her friends and other classmates along the way.
I think he was obsessed with her. I think it's somebody that she knew
Well, it's her boyfriend.
that was doing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was something about her mom. Like, her mom had died a year before that, or maybe it was more than that. But I think, her mom was, like, having an affair with this guy's dad or something. It wrecked his whole family, and so he sought kind of revenge.
Okay. Yep.
So the guy, he might have killed her mom. I'm not sure. That he may have killed her mom, like, the year before that or something, and now he's going after the daughter.
Right. Right.
I don't know. I can't believe I don't know enough about this
Right.
movie.
Looks like we got to watch it.
Yeah. Wow. That was bad. Okay. You're number 4,
Okay.
baby.
My number 4 is the Chainsaw Massacre. Again, because it's reality, like it's something that could seriously happen. And I think it's so spooky. Like, when I go on dirt roads, I kind of think of that and I see a freaky barn and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, just imagining going on a road trip with your friends and this dude is standing out in the middle with a chainsaw. You know what I mean? And running for your life. Like, I seem to put myself in movies like that, like, because it can really, like, it's like reality. Like, that could happen.
Could it?
And yeah, I just imagine, like, being that person in that barn and freaking out and yeah.
I agree. You can't help but think of it. Like, you go to a small town, or like you're out in the country or something and you see a house.
Yeah.
You cannot help but think of that movie.
No.
Are you talking about the original, the old Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Yeah.
Or are you talking about the new one? Or just
all of them?
All of them together?
Yeah.
As a franchise?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just that heart attack, like, it gives me that heartbeat and that heart attack, like when they're running and they're hiding, because I don't know. It's scary. It freaks me out.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I get it. That is, yeah. That's up there too. I actually think they did a really good job with the remake. That was, it's still been like 12 years ago that they remade it. But I think that one is pretty good. And that one's easier to watch. You have seen the old one, the original?
I think so.
That one's a little hard to watch. But it's because it seems...
Is that the one where they're going on a trip and they're smoking a joint or something like that in the van?
Well, I mean, they're
and then
doing
they run
it in the new
over
one
their...
too.
Oh.
Because the new one is a complete remake of the old one.
I think it's the old... I don't know.
It's filmed so shitty. Like, so the old one, and it's meant to be. Like, it's really old. It's in the 70s. But it's hard to watch because it feels so real.
Right.
Like, it's so old and the footage is so crappy that it feels real. It gives it more of that realistic.
Right.
Other than the new one looks like a movie.
Right.
The old one doesn't, and it makes it harder to watch.
Right.
Because it's really gritty.
Yeah.
But I don't
Anyways.
know. So as far as like scare factor, the original might be more up there.
I think like all my chooses are gonna have to do with reality. Like,
You know that one? It's extremely loosely based on a person.
don't tell me that.
It is very loosely based. So it's based on Ed Gein. It's not the whole family. It's Leatherface, who's the guy with the chainsaw. He is based on a guy that lived, I don't even remember, a long time ago. His name was Ed Gein, and he made, I don't remember how many people he killed. I know he killed his mom and like kept her body there. He was weird. But he skinned people and I think he made masks and stuff and lampshades and shit out of their skin. But so I think, yeah, there's a few movies. Psycho is based on him as well. And yeah, there's a few other ones, but loosely based on him. He didn't have a chainsaw though. Anyway. Okay, so let's see. Moving on up. My number 3 is Saw. I don't know. Saw was like an instant classic. I think when we watched it in theaters, when it first came out, Saw was so different.
Right.
It was so different. Like now there's been so many Saw movies for one, and movies are kind of getting that like over the top gore factor, which Saw really started. Like it was over the top gory, but it wasn't just gory to be gory. Like it sort of had a pretty good story behind it. They lost that in the newer movies. They made so many. Fuck, there's like 9 of them.
The new one's really good.
Yeah, the new one wasn't
It
bad.
has you thinking. I mean, you figured it out before anything, but it had me thinking. You know what I mean? Of who
It was
the
good.
killer was.
The newest one was pretty good.
Yeah.
It's called what, Spiral?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a spin-off of the Saw stuff. But yeah, they started trying to make money and they made way too many of them. And then it just became a gore fest to be a gore fest. But the original one, very cool. I think it was very cheaply made. Like they didn't have a lot of money. They didn't know if it was going to turn out real well. So, but yeah, it's about a guy. Like the killer is really, like he's a dickhead. Like he's a serial killer. But he's trying to, he's a morally based serial killer. Like he's kidnapping these people that are not good people or that have done some wrongs in their life, and he's trying to get them to see the error of their ways. And they have a choice to live, but to live, they're going to have to suffer. Mm-hmm. And they have to suffer a lot.
Right.
Most of them don't live.
Right.
But
I think at the end of the first one, maybe 2 people lived.
I don't know.
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
maybe one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
I'd have to say that's pretty.
Yeah. So I'm assuming most people have seen Saw in this day and age. But very good movie. The guy's voice is creepy as shit. Mm-hmm. Creepy as shit.
It sticks in your head forever after watching it,
yes.
too. Yep.
Like, that has become iconic. There's a lot of iconic things from that movie, actually. That damn weird-ass...
Pig thing.
The pig thing? I still don't understand that.
The dude that's...
The doll.
Yeah, that's riding the bicycle thing.
Yeah, because back then, it was a doll that was riding a bicycle. Freaky as shit.
Right.
Freaky as shit. And then his voice.
Yeah.
And I want to play a game.
Right.
That wasn't a very good voice of it.
No.
But no, it wasn't.
No.
Anyway, and that's where they fucked up in that new movie, that Spiral. His voice is retarded.
Yeah.
Like, whoever made that, please be listening, because do better. Just do better. It was like high pitched and like,
yeah,
it was dumb.
It didn't even spook you, not one bit.
No. Anyway, okay, go ahead, baby.
Okay, so my number 3 is Us, and so pretty much about the movie, it's about a girl that had went to a carnival or something with her family, and she had walked into a mirror room thing, and she got locked in it and disappeared. And she, like, as she grew up, she was living in that, like, that thought of that and she had a husband and 2 girls, and so she was living in that. She was having thoughts all the time, and I don't know. She was seeing things and having thoughts. And one night at her house, like, friends were coming over, and they had looked outside, and there was a family that looked just like them, dressed in red. And so, like, they get in there, and one of the little girls, was like, spoke to the wife and was like, it was a duplicate of her, but at a young age.
But why? Like, I don't understand. I remember the movie, sort of, but I don't understand, why is there a duplicate family? Because that's the thing, right?
Yeah.
It's
a mirror.
It's
It's mirroring her life.
Okay. But why are they... Okay.
You know what I mean? And then
how did they come
them.
there? Are they demons or what are they?
They're just humans.
Okay, I'm so confused.
They were like, were they humans?
I don't know. I'd never understood why they were there.
I don't know. But
like, did everybody have duplicates, or did they just have...
Yeah.
Everybody has like a... No,
it was just them 2. Or them 4. So it was a duplicate of their family.
Okay.
Of people dressed in red with a mask on. And then they, like, just kill them, and their friends get blocked because the people, the Reds, lit their car on fire, and then by the time they got in there, they were all dead. It just freaks me out because it's reality again. Like,
how is that reality?
I mean, not...
I mean, that somebody could come in.
Yeah.
I get that.
That's where...
But I don't understand this, like, the same people.
I didn't mean, like, just...
I'm confused by that movie.
I don't know.
I'm confused. I am surprised it's on your list, but but I mean, I get it. It is a little freaky. I don't understand it. I need to, like, rewatch it. I don't think I was paying attention. I think I got bored or something early on, but it does get a little freaky. Yeah. It does get freaky.
Yeah.
I just don't understand it. I don't understand the premise.
I
wish they probably do explain it somewhere in there, like why there are duplicate people.
Right. I don't know. But yeah.
Okay. I see where you're going.
My number 3.
A curveball. Okay. Are we moving on?
Yeah.
Do you have anything else you'd like to say about Us?
No.
The movie? Or Us? No?
No.
Okay. My number 2 is The Ring.
I was thinking about that one.
Yeah. The Ring. I don't know, just an all-time classic. That one freaks me out. I remember that one freaked me out when I first watched it. It's about
television?
It's cassette tape, or not cassette tape, VHS tape.
Yeah.
So if you watch this VHS tape, you watch this deal, and it's like all these disturbing images,
right?
Like, just weird shit, like a fly walking on an eyeball, and I don't know, weird shit. But you watch it. And then at the end, it says, you will die. No, you get a phone call after you watched it.
Yeah.
And the phone call says, you will die in 7 days.
And then the TV shows a ring, and then you try to take the
You had to make a duplicate or something,
Yeah,
didn't you?
you had to try to take the VR out, and you have to try to reel it back up.
No.
Wasn't it?
I think you had to make a duplicate of it or something, or show it to someone else.
Oh, yeah.
Something like that.
That sounds about right.
Something like that.
Right.
Not like that's the way to save yourself, I think. I could be wrong. There might not be any way to save yourself. But it ends up being, I don't know, ends up being about something with this little girl that had fallen or gotten pushed down into a well. Mm-hmm. And she's like the chick that comes to get you. Like she comes crawling out of a TV, like all weird. I don't even know how they did it, how they filmed it, but that's what's freaky.
Yeah.
Like for her, just the way she moves, like you were talking about with the Exorcist, the way she moves, so fucking freaky. I just remember her coming out of this well. They're watching a TV, and then like this girl with long black hair starts coming out of this well on the TV. And her body's like, yeah. And then she starts walking towards him in the TV, and then all of a sudden, next thing you know, her hand is coming out of the TV.
Yeah.
Very freaky.
Yeah.
I don't remember how it ends. I think somebody like a journalist or something starts finding this girl. She starts tracking this girl down who's dead and in a well and really just wants to be like set free. And I think they locate him. But very scary movie. Yeah. My number 2, The Ring.
So leading to my number 2, kind of like that, would be The Grudge.
Very similar.
Yeah. Same thing. Long hair, walked really creepy. My biggest thing was her noise. When she's like, oh. After watching that movie, like, I remember laying there and hearing that noise. And, like, it's in the first one, when she's taking a shower, the lady is taking a shower, and she's, like, running her hands through her hair, and there's, like, black hair that just falls out.
Isn't there a hand on the back of her head?
Yes.
Or something?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Freaky.
That is a good one.
That's scary. And then she comes from like the corners of your wall, like your ceiling. Trust me, I probably looked at my corners for a really long time.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Freaky.
Do you have any idea what it's about? Like anymore? I haven't seen it for a long time. I don't remember the premise of it. It's very, very similar to The Ring.
Somebody goes into a haunted house.
Oh.
Like teenagers go into a haunted house or something, and they go into an elevator, like a broken old elevator, and she gets stuck in the elevator, and that's the first time that she sees this. Yeah,
but why? What's the
purpose of it?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Okay, I mean it's The Grudge, so
yeah, freaky.
Somebody has a grudge. That spirit has a grudge against somebody. I'm assuming.
Yeah, probably.
But it is similar. Like The Grudge and The Ring were like Japanese or Chinese, Asian. They were Asian movies under some other name. And then they got remade over here.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I know The Grudge was. I'm pretty sure The Ring was too.
Right. Yeah, spooky.
So, yeah, that's a good one. That was a good one. Okay. Well, my number 1, it's really a whole franchise, but Halloween. The original Halloween is my all-time favorite. And they've made some good ones. Like the original Halloween, Halloween 2. I like the first Rob Zombie remake as well, and then the new one that came out a couple of years ago. The ones in between they're fine just to watch a slasher movie like during Halloween time.
Right.
They're not great.
Right.
They're very average. But the first two are pretty spooky, and like I could see also like that be a thing.
Right.
And there is the Halloween movies it's kind of up in the air. Like I've read some stuff where it was kind of loosely based on something that happened in a town way back when, but I don't know if that's a thing or not. Yeah. But I could see where that would be a thing. Mm-hmm. After, like, when they started making more and more of them, like, they turned Michael Myers, into, like, something that wasn't even human. And, like, he was just, he was unkillable. Like, he was...
Right.
So then it gets less realistic, I guess. And they keep changing his mask for whatever fucking
Yep.
reason. How hard
Keep
is it?
it the original.
Yeah, how
like,
hard is that to keep the same mask? I don't understand.
Right.
You're not going to know who this guy is, but the original mask was really just a plain mask of William Shatner's face.
Yeah.
William Shatner was the Star Trek guy.
Okay.
And yeah. Anyway, that's what it was William Shatner's face. But then it's like they lost that mask. They either lost it or it had a lot of damage because apparently they only made one fucking mask. And apparently they can't make another one.
Right.
So then they just start making different ones
Right.
that look different. I don't understand that.
And then they just got used to that. Like, then they just got in the loop of doing that.
Yeah, and then they keep changing it.
Yep.
Now I think this newest one, they went back.
To his mask.
Yeah, and it looks a lot more similar.
Right.
Because I think this newest one, they basically said, hey, none of those, they went with the first two. And they said none of the other movies even happened. You have to pretend none of the movies even happened.
Right.
So it goes 1, 2, and then this newest one.
Right.
Which, oddly enough, is also called Halloween.
Right.
Very confusing. There's Halloween, Halloween 2, and then Halloween again. Yeah.
Weird.
There's another one coming out this year that's supposed to follow this new line.
Good.
Pretty stoked about it.
That's good.
Mm-hmm. So,
Yes.
and you get the iconic Michael Myers, like
Right.
one of the most famous slasher, scary movie people.
Right.
Michael Myers. You got Jason Voorhees, and you got Freddy Krueger. Those are the three I always think
Freddy
of.
Cougar.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, you like to say it differently. But Michael Myers is way up there.
Yeah.
So that's my number one, Halloween.
Okay.
Okay.
My number one would be Jeepers Creepers.
Mm-hmm.
Freaky. Scares me completely. Like,
Yeah.
yes. Just the whole sequence of it. Growing up as a kid, we would get in trouble and our mom would put it on for me and my brother. And so then we'd get that really bad fear of being around wells and stuff like that after watching it. And I think that fear has kind of stuck with me ever since being a little kid. And the way his face looked and how he ate people's tongues and their face and all that stuff, like, that's just spooky.
Does a song scare you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because there's a song, right?
Yep.
Jeepers Creepers.
Yep. Where'd you get those peepers?
And every time that plays, then look out because he's going to show up.
Right. Mm-hmm. And it would play on the radio and yeah, it's just spooky.
Okay. So I liked that movie a lot until there was a moment when I'm like, fuck this. I'm done with this movie.
Why?
Done with it. Done with the whole deal. Because it was scary. It was scary. Very scary. It was great. It had the song, which I think's freaky too. Had that truck. The truck was super scary.
Yes.
The guy was dressed super scary. Here's where it ruined it. He's not a guy. He's a fucking bug alien guy.
A bird thing.
Like when his wings come out, I remember that. He's like standing in a road or something.
And he was
wings,
eating that cop.
Yes.
And his wings like...
I'm like, no.
Yeah.
You just ruined it for me. Because going back to what could really happen.
I mean, no, that couldn't happen, but...
Yeah, if they'd have
thing.
why would you do that? Why don't you just leave him a person?
Right.
If you wouldn't have gone all sci-fi and made him whatever the fuck he was, he's like an alien guy. Just leave him a person. And to me, you make that extremely freaky.
Right.
That's my thought.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe you liked that he was an alien.
I don't know.
Was he an alien? What the hell was he?
He was like a bird alien thing.
Yeah. Why?
I don't know.
Where did that even come from?
I don't know. And not everything's like completely real, babe.
I know.
Reality looking either.
It worked me up, actually.
Did it?
Yes. Because I remember really liking that movie until that moment.
Huh. Mm-hmm. And then like seeing, what are those things? Crows or no? They're in cornfields. The little stand thingies.
Corn?
No. The statue.
Oh, a scarecrow.
Yeah. When he was like pretending
yeah.
to be that scarecrow.
Yeah.
That was really freaking.
Yeah.
And
That's
if
a
I
good
ever
choice.
see a scarecrow, I'll probably freak out.
It was a good choice.
Yeah. So that was my number
I wish
one.
I had that song that we could
Do you
just
see
play.
how like
I do.
Freak.
Yeah, it's like me talking about spiders. You your shit right now. Anyway, okay. So there's our top 5 scary movies. I'm not going to run down the list of like all the other ones that came close because I got looking at a list of them. There's so many fucking good ones. There are so many good ones.
Yep.
I don't know that
Chucky's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a shit ton of them. So
Yep.
I don't want to get going down that list because it'll never end. But those are our top 5. And, yeah, I think we can get to wrapping the show up, I suppose. So, guys, I'll mention it again. Go and check out our YouTube channel. If you're not watching us, go check us out on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok.
And don't forget, while you're on YouTube, to go check out Drew and Crew.
Yeah.
Drew _N_Crew.
All right. Hope to talk to you guys on there. We'll catch you again next week.
Yeah.